Hi guys, welcome to Wednesday's workout. We've got a little bit of a gymnastics variation for you today. So you'll notice over the past 3 weeks, we've been doing an accumulation of 100 repetitions. Every time you break up a set, you do a couple of exercises to make it a little bit more heart raising. We're going to do a very similar kind of concept today, but this time we're going to go towards something you've been practicing in your skill sessions, which is the L-sit. L-sit is a fantastic exercise to increase your core strength, your hip flexor strength. And we're not talking in a sit-up kind of way, we're looking at a really difficult isometric hold. And there's a few variations that you can do depending on your skill level. What we're going to look for today, again, is the RX variation is going to be you're going to do 3 minutes to accumulate, you're going to try and accumulate 3 minutes of L-sit and as few sets as possible. However, every time you break out of the L-sit, you're going to do 10 dips, 10 lemon squeezes. Okay, so we've got another core exercise on there which is going to fatigue you. And then we've got a tricep exercise which is going to make it tough on your shoulders. So we're not looking to kind of like go L-sit straight into your lemon squeezes and dips and then straight back to your L-sit. There's probably going to be a lot more resting involved with that. So we're looking at a little bit less intensity. What we are going to be looking at a fairly long workout. So be prepared for something that's going to be a bit of a slog, guys. Not going to move very far, but it's going to be a bit of a slog. Now, let's start off with your L-sit variations. We'll start with the easiest one. Now we've got a pair of low parallettes here. You might have a pair of chairs, completely fantastic. Yep. We'll start off with the easiest variation, which is going to be a tuck L-sit. So we're going to be supporting ourselves on parallel bars or a couple of chairs. I'm going to keep my face in the frame so that I don't get the camera going off all over the place. We're then going to bring these in nice and close. If we're starting in a tuck, we're going to start with our arms nice and long, shoulder blades together, remember, knees together, and then try and bring your feet off the floor, keeping the knee above the line of the hip. Okay. So again, if you can't hold that for more than kind of 10 or 15 seconds, that's the perfect one for you. If you're finding you can hold it for a minute, it's going to be a little bit too easy for you. You're not going to end up getting too many kind of like disqualifications. Option number 2 is going to go with a single leg L-sit. So we're going to send one leg out and try and keep both hips above 90 degrees. So you don't want to have one toe pointed towards the floor, but the end of the knee up. You want both knees about the same level. Okay. Option number 3 is going to be two-legged L-sit. So we're going to take both legs out, toes pointed, above 90 degrees. Fourth variation is where we start to work towards the floor. So we'll put the parallettes to one side. Toes pointed. We're going to have to be on our fingers. Some people can manage to do this on their knuckles, but fingertips is something that you want to try and achieve eventually, is pushing down into the floor. Oh, he says, rocking all over the place. And being able to hold there. Again, if you can't manage to hold that, at least for a one-off for about 15 seconds, maybe it's going to be a little bit too tough for you as well. So we're looking between kind of like 10 all the way up to kind of like 30 seconds for a max effort hold. If you do find that you want to go for something that's a little bit more difficult, let's say it's the fingertip one and we can only hold it for 10 seconds, maybe then reduce the amount of time that you're holding the L-sit for so that your target time. Instead of going for 3 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, or even 90 seconds, reducing the time too. In terms of dips, if you're lucky enough to have rings, you could do ring dips. We don't have ring dips here, so we don't have rings here, but like I say, we would do if we took our rings to the park or anywhere else. You could also do low ring dips, where you're supported, get your rings onto a door frame pull-up bar, set them fairly low, and as we're going to do with the parallettes in a second, you could use the dip handles in the same way with the rings. So where we put our feet, there we go, we put our feet out in front of us, we're going to lower down and then back up again. If we want to do the same thing as with our bench, put our hands on the bench. Now we were talking about this before, it's up to you whether you have your hands here or whether you have your hands here. For me, I tend to prefer my hands out to the sides because it allows me to pull my shoulder blades together, and keep that really good chest posture, nice and low, back up again. So it's 10 of those. For the lemon squeezes, I want to see you going from a hollow position, touch your heels, back out again, heels, back out again. Really pushing down with your lower back into the floor each and every time. Really good, especially if you struggle with V-sits. It's a really, really good progression towards increasing your V-ups. It's a really good progression towards increasing your core strength for your V-ups.